Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your boy Beaky, and for you guys today, let's talk about a brand new deck build. In fact, this is the first deck I went ahead and made after the new expansion Alliance War was released. We're talking about a strength, intelligence, and willpower deck. Let's go ahead into the deck creator and take a look at the deck that I came up with and talk about its faults, what's good about it, and we'll jump in a few matches and see if we can't win a few matches or do I lose, and so on and so forth. First of all, though, I do need to mention that two of the cards in here are in here purely so I could test out the new cards. I have not had a chance to actually use Soul Shard yet because I just haven't drawn it in the last 5 matches I've played with this deck. The other card I have not had a chance to really get a chance to use yet is this one. So both of these cards are in here just for me to basically test them out and see how viable they are, but I just have not had a chance to actually see them in play yet, and nobody has used them against me yet, so I still want to keep them in the deck and see how effective they potentially could be. Now, as this is the Guildsworn token deck, it obviously is a token deck. Simple stuff, Markman. We have Outflank here. This card I really do like, given to as a prophecy card, it gives a creature +2. So if you want to just quickly look over the deck real quick, you'll notice that it has a lot of prophecy cards. A lot of prophecy, a lot of supports. So if you were watching my previous videos when I was opening all the packs, I kept getting a bunch of prophecy stuff, and I said, you know what? I would love to make a prophecy deck featuring tokens, and that's what I came up with, a prophecy token focused deck. It doesn't have so many prophecies that I'm going to be 100% relying on prophecies, but I wanted to combine prophecies and tokens and any other cards that I got during opening the packs. And one of the cards that I thought was very interesting was the Battle of Clanman Keep. So this fills both players' lanes with 1/1 recruit. What I've done with this so far is I make sure I don't play this until I have Divine Fervor out. So once I play out Divine Fervor, that means that the creatures that I summon from this will obviously be stronger than my opponent's creature and make it a lot easier for trade. But what else actually makes this card really interesting is if you play this into Unstoppable Rage with a Breakthrough, you've just given your opponent a lane full of 1/1 creatures if they don't have that many creatures out on the field. And it might work out quite well if you have something out there that you could use Unstoppable Rage with Breakthrough. One of the ways you can get breakthroughs with this deck is using improvised weapon from getting this guy on the field while you have a red and an intelligence creature out. Easy way to do that obviously is Guildsworn Apprentice, a very good card. Prophecy guard, summon, draw a card. I really think this is one of the best new cards in the expansion. I think this is almost an instant craft for everybody who's going to be playing in this attribute combination. So this card combos quite well with this to get the improvised weapon, and even not, I do have other creatures out there with breakthrough that I can work it out with, and we'll just go from there and see how everything plays out. I've been able to use Unstoppable Rage about to win 2 matches, but it's not the key to winning the match. The most way I want to win the match is mobbing the field, putting out the stuff like the pit line. I'm only running 2 pit lines right now because once again, I have Soul Shard in here. I have him in here, so maybe if I take out one of these, I'll add another pit line. We have Assault in here to draw our cards. And then a card that I really think from the new expansion that I underestimated when I opened it, and I think this card's absolutely been amazing for me. At first it says the wielder deals 2 damage, and I read it so quickly I thought it meant it deals 2 damage to itself. No, it deals 2 damage. So this card actually works quite well with cards like Black Dragon, who has Slay. You could use that 2 damage and it'll actually trigger its Slay effect and destroy another creature, and you can attack again. Same thing works right here with the Mystic. It could deal 2 damage to your opponent, and it could be like a pillar for effect. And other cards that I've thought about putting in here as well that could actually work really well with that combo. Let me just go back in here. Bam. And we'll go Willpower. And we'll go right on over. Where is my lady? I passed her. 1 second. Oh, right there. The slay effect works really well with her as well. So you could be able to slay 2 creatures and then potentially draw 2 cards and then reduce the cost if it's an action. So she was another option I was thinking about having in the deck if I take out those other 2 cards right now. I put this in here just because I summon so many creatures. If I could get a win off while using his effect, that would be just too funny. So I said, you know what? I'll throw him in there for the memes. He's another cards that I could take out, but new deck, new ways to mob the fields. I wanted to try it out. Some other options that I was thinking about trying out, but remember, this is the first day, so I know some of you guys probably have way better strategies than me, but I did not look ahead and look at all the cards, so I didn't make any decks before the expansion came out. She looks like a very promising card with expertise by keeping the deck low cost. I think she might be a better actual addition versus him right now. You know, take him out, put in, if I can get like 2 or 3 copies of her in there, and then that could work out quite well by playing her into something like Scouting Patrol with the expertise. From what I understand is, at the end of the turn, if you play the action, so as long as I play an action with her or item, I would get myself another 1/1 recruit, which will work quite well into my support cards. Now let me talk about the supports and the craziness that's happening there. This is more or less just me wanting to try something out. I know this is probably not the smartest thing in the world, but I have this, so I'm going to use it. So this reduces the cost of all my actions by 1. So far, it's worked out quite well in the sense of reducing the cost. I have not actually had 4 supports out at once because this deck does not intend to last that long. So the effect of summoning 2 East March Crusaders, I probably won't actually even happen while we're about to jump into the matches. But what I will actually get to happen is I'll have Divine Fervor at 4. I'll play this at 3, then I'll be able to play this at a lot cheaper cost, and maybe even play this and play something like Marked Man or Scouting Patrol together at the same time. And now I really like that combo, be able to play this a little bit earlier or play it with another card at the exact same time has been really to my advantage. So far I think the reduction cost here is quite fun. I only have 1. Summoning more of them is going to be costly as they are legendary cards, and I already used a bunch of my soul gem, so I would need to get some more soul gems. I don't know what else to summon yet, but I want to start off with this Battle Mace because I've never been able to use a Battle Mace in a token deck like this before. So, you know, I'm just going to try it out and see how that works out. And I definitely did want to do the prophecy stuff. Like I said, I think this card's actually a lot better than I expected it to be. I did not regret crafting it so far. You just got to be smart about playing into it. I only have 1 of these right now, so I'm only running 1. And I don't want to depend on it. You know, the rest of these cards are obvious. I'm going to be playing a mob in the field. I might as well play into, you know, Merrick. You might as well play into Raiding Party. They're playing this simple same stuff to draw cards out. It's what makes this deck different is the fact that it does have so many supports and it has so many prophecies and it's 75 cards token. It's not like this most aggro card. So here we go. Let's jump right into a match and see how does the deck perform. I'm playing as the Great Mane. My opponent is the the Prince of Order. We will keep you, the Camp. We'll get rid of the other 2. So we'll see if the Camp actually comes into any play if I get another support. We get the Marked Man early. I will go from there. So once again, I am expecting this to not go the greatest possible as possible, but we will still do our best. See how things play out. Wonder if my opponent is playing orcs or something else super aggro. And we will play into that. Hopefully we do get pit. If we get pit line next turn, I'll play into pit line before I play out forward camp. Because forward camp is not going to win us the game.
The stench of the living.
Unless we get those supports and get them early. So for now, we'll play forward camp. It's one of the new cards, one of the cards I want to have. Hopefully we get the support we need, and then we'll get to be able to play it for cheaper. Maybe my opponent goes ahead and tries to remove it using silence or some other way of removing the support. I'm going to lose him right here, but that's not the end all be. So I think we can leave with losing Marked Man right now. We don't have much ways of being aggro anyways. And losing the Protector of the Innocent doesn't seem to be advantageous right now. Yes, I could trade with Stalker, but once again, this is a heavily prophecy deck, so if I do lose a rune, it couldn't be the end of the day. I just really wish my opponent would actually go right now. Something I've been doing a lot, like when I be playing on mobile out, is I just forfeit so many matches if my opponent just wastes too much time. It's like my time has become so much more important when I'm playing on mobile. On desktop here, I'll sit here and wait for them to go, but mobile, I'm like, alright, next match. Find somebody else to play. Okay, so it's a beast deck. At least I know what it is. Alright, so.
Preparations have been made. We'll see how they like someone who fights back.
Now that I know what it is, I probably should heal myself up so he does not have a way to take too much advantage of that right away by breaking my runes. I will trade Profiteer into these if I must. Interesting. Interesting.
Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
Squash the Wimpy. There was not what I was expecting to see.
I'll profit from your death.
I'll take you with me.
Oh, for all the times you squashed the Wimpy, I didn't think that was where we were going to see it. So mobile, this one right here is a prophecy card, so that's why it's in the deck. I'm running out of cards in hand. Fell off the Mighty.
I'll take them with me.
That gives us into a 3/6 right here on her. She can't be killed with a Fell of the Mighty. My opponent probably is going to try to break a rune, I'm guessing. But they haven't been playing super aggressively nonetheless. So if they are playing into beast form creatures, maybe just didn't have to have a chance to draw out exactly what they need.
Care to join me on the hunt?
Okay, here comes another beast creature. So the one thing that's good about when I see my opponent playing beast form creatures is I just know off the bat that they're going to be trying to break runes. At least you got to predict the type of cards they have. The Fell of the Mighty, the unsummoned creatures, you know, things like that. It's really easy to see what's going to be coming and what isn't.
I'll take them with me.
That makes me really surprised I still have Markman at all.
Care to join me on the hunt?
But I'm basically top decking at this point, which is something I don't want to happen. I didn't want to happen. Very interesting that he did not go ahead and actually want to get this creature to be one of the creatures to get the +2 before he played it out. So there's more powerful creatures out there that he would prefer to have that effect onto. Another Squash the Wimpy. So he really wants to break the rune.
The city is safe in my hands.
Ah, okay. There we go. Now I see why. Why would I protect it? At least I know why.
Chimera
There we
spirit
go.
of the sky, guide us.
Permamora tests us.
Okay. Losing you is no big deal. You're not going to win me this match.
Time to fight.
Losing this guard is foolish.
Time to fight. Fires of all do evil. Attack.
So we're going to go ahead and a turn. I don't feel confident enough to start attacking. He did power up an item potentially because of the card he played earlier. Warrior's Fury, a card I hardly ever see get played these days.
I smell the stench of the living.
The spirit of his Grimoire goes
Right.
with us.
My blade is death to assassins.
We will not go ahead and attack. There's no trade there. We'll see how much he has. Skyforge. Man, that's not a good card, but he could possibly beat me with it. Definitely a possibility.
Wrong place.
Does he have the
for a
item?
midnight stroll.
Don't leave any of them alive.
I get the prophecy.
The stars portend.
And I go ahead and get the battle camp.
I slay the unworthy.
Alright, that's good. Alright, so we'll go ahead and play into this. So that just okay. Did I do that wrong? I think I did that wrong. What's empowered? Oh shit, if my opponent took damage, so I should have attacked. Oh well, that's the first time I've ever gotten that card. I told you guys I didn't know how it worked. So, there, that's that. They did lose 4 cards though. Looks like, I think. But anyways, let's see what I want to do here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We'll get rid of you.
I'll take them with me.
Then we'll go ahead and play this.
This is standing by.
That gives me 2/2. So there you guys see what that does.
Can't keep up with your dry skin. Can't keep up with your dry skin.
Nothing else, you guys will see some of the cards in play. Really like how fast they summon. It's a really cool card effect. And it shows you exactly what I was talking about. As long as you have Divine Fervor out,
Should have been more.
you're going to be pretty in a good position to be able to keep some of these creatures. Alright, before I do anything else, let's go ahead and draw a card out.
Ever ready.
Sentinel Battlemace is pretty good. Alright, so let's go ahead and... I'm actually okay playing this out right now. And we'll end our turn.
Do you not fear me, mortal? You should.
Nope, I do not fear you, sir. I do not fear you.
Stop right there.
Stop right there. Alright. Then we will play this
Training
out.
is over. It's time to
Sure.
act.
I prefer my opponent top decking. And I'm top decking, but I top deck with creatures out. My creatures could mob the field a lot faster than he can. I don't feel like attacking until I have more of a conservative idea that I could win. Right now I could hurt him,
Running hot.
but win, not so much. Hurry up and attack, bro.
Stop right there.
Alright.
The Fighters Guild stands ever ready.
You can't defeat me.
Not yet. Giving your opponent's cards to top deck against you, then you have to start top decking. There's lots of cards out there that could remove everything I have right now. If I could draw out another Divine Fervor, or a few other cards, it could change things for me. And with these beast type decks, you could clearly see how these decks are made out. 26 cards are left to be played, and a lot of their good cards are already gone. Not many Fell of the Mighties left. I'm far away from being another broom being broken. Squash the Wimpy, they're left with one. I doubt they're playing into that 7-cost action that shuffles everything back into your deck. Little things like that. Usually don't even want to play this long, but we'll see. We'll see what my opponent does. Another kind of reason why I hardly want to play rank. People take it so serious, they really make the timer go out. I just want to play a match that flows quickly. Alright.
I'm ready for the hunt.
Okay, they're mobilized. That's fine. And let's go ahead and get rid of you. Not really. Alright. Opponent's down to 2 health. And that's the win. Alright guys, so let's jump into another match and see how does that go. Alright, we found ourselves another opponent. Let's make our next move. And once again, I am the Great Main. We are playing a dual attribute against a Master of Flesh. They will probably be playing a prophecy deck or an item deck. Those are the two I would predict. She was another interesting card to add to this. I wasn't really sure if she was needed in any of this, but she hasn't hurt in any way. So I was like, yeah, we're going to keep the lady. We're going to keep the lovely lady. She hasn't been at disadvantage, so we'll just consider a advantage. So it's interesting because there's a prophecy and token deck. It's like when the deck starts off the match, you know, you don't know how your hand's gonna run. Is it gonna run in the prophecy way? Is it gonna run in the opposite way?
As long as I draw breath, we press on.
So now we have the Northern Firebrands and Sentinel Battlemace that can work together. We have Harpies in here.
I abhor violence.
And we have the ship. So I have no support removals. So that's a negative for me personally. But I do have this.
As long as I draw breath. Time to fight. Attack.
We'll let him attack here to give me a card. Alright, so he got the 2 out.
I feel a storm coming.
We're not going to use a Northern Firebrand to take care of him. That would be pointless. Please attack. Please, please attack.
I abhor violence.
Thank you. That would have not been good if you didn't attack.
As long as I draw breath. Hand over the coin.
That would have been very bad if you didn't attack. I need cards, I need options.
Feels like my work never ends.
Heal 1 damage, okay. Didn't think of it. Never thought of actually adding her to a deck like this, but I like the combo. Like it a lot. Like that a lot. That's pretty badass.
I abhor violence.
That's pretty fucking badass. I like that. Nice going. Nice going for sure.
Hand over the coin. As long as I draw breath. Let's do it.
But as we clearly know, that doesn't matter for nothing. And there you go, guys. There is the more prophecy side of things. Even though I didn't get any damn prophecies, but it's a win. I mean, it's a deck. I don't know. What you guys think? So I've won 7 and I've lost 1. So yeah, that's what it is. I'm gonna show you guys the deck again. Let's go back in the deck. Alright, let's continue. We're back over here. I'm gonna try not to make this another hour-long video like my previous video, but it's a new expansion, so these videos will be kind of a little bit longer. But overall, there you go. I clearly messed up on using Soul Shard correctly. I should have attacked first. That would have been empowered. It's a new card. At least I finally see how it works. So I know how Soul Shard works, and I think it works effectively enough that I would actually run 3 of these in most decks. Like, this shit seems crazy. I don't want to use all my soul gems right now to summon 3 of them, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get in a pack, or maybe I'll soul trap some more stuff and then go from there. We still haven't had a chance to play with him yet, but so far, like I said before, it would be nice to add in either improvised weapon, or another way I could just put breakthrough on any creature so I could use unstoppable rage. I mean, I'm really thinking, like, should I just take soul shard out and add add the dagger? Like, this is just such a good breakthrough weapon with unstoppable rage. I feel like it's always great to have it, but because he is here, damn, I don't even know his name. Oh yeah, Guildsworn Oathman. Because he has a ability to give me improvised weapon, but it's a 75 card deck. I'm only running 1 of it. I don't feel running more than 1 of these is even worth it, personally. It may not even be worth running 1 right now, but because once again it's a new card and I'm willing to try it out in a deck like this, you guys were able to see what I was able to do with Battle of Clans Keep, a card that I think is pretty good, guys. I really think it's good, and I think it would even be a better card if I was playing into something like Dagger. But then again, it's like, what do I take out? Do I take out Black Dragon? Do I really need Black Dragon in something like this as Prophecies? I mean, Pitline could be easily summoned with everything we have here. Cards like these right here, I like it for the Prophecy ability to combo really well into Soul Wrath, as you guys clearly seen. Health gain wise, we're rocking stuff like Ravenous Hunger, but I'm only rocking 2. And Ravenous Hunger is like one of the cards I would want to add to something like the Dagger. But it's like, what do I take out to add that in there? And I was actually thinking about something else that I was like, what if we do this? Now, what if I play into more a control card in here? Like, Icy Shambles, like, it's one of those cards that if you're able to play out into those Divine Fervors and get the good use out of it, it'd be really good. Do I take out the Forward Camp? I mean, the Forward Camp, it helps, but it's not like key because I only have 1 of them right now. So do I wait till I have 3 copies of these and then start playing them? Am I being really stupid by playing into Corsair Ship and Divine Fervor? I truthfully do not think so, because Corsair Ship instantly gives you a creature. When there is a support that's also a creature as well and it powers everything up, this is a card that I think is multi-valued and is very underrated. So I think Corsair Ship is a very good card, but I need to have the Divine Fervors to get the most out of something like Battle of Clans Keep, which is one I think is a key card in here. I'm not going to kill myself to try to draw these supports out, though. That's why I'm only running 1 of Mystic. Even though I do limit magic, because sometimes I feel like this is just more of a control card once again if I want to add Icy Shambles. So I think there's lots of ways to change it. It's my first attempt of a deck for this expansion. I think I did a fairly okay job not knowing what some of these cards even do. Man, did I mess up with Soul Shred. I said Soul Shard, but Soul Shred. I really messed that one up. But anyways, Beaky here with the Untitled Game Show. Please let me know what you guys think of the deck. Is it good? Is it bad? Like it? Dislike it? It's all up to you guys. Feel free. I like playing tokens, and I really feel like if I just went ahead and made a regular token deck and added a few these new cards in, it would be kind of beastly. I think my next attempt at tokens will be adding in some of these newer recruit cards and actually really focusing it less on prophecies, because that's obviously the more right way to do it. If I really want to just hunker down, boom, willpowered focus, 3 attribute deck, but still very much focusing on these willpower cards, using these stuff to my advantage, using ways to remove cover. Like, that's what I'm thinking of doing next. Ways to just mob the field as quickly as possible and make the best use of some of these cards. Like, setting things health down to 1 might be really useful as well. But once again, I only have 1 of these, so I'm like, okay, I still need to be able to soul summon multiple copies of these cards. So that's coming up soon. I'm having that type of willpower focus. Advanced War deck in the future. Next up, I'm going to go try more support and control. So I'm going to make a stealing control deck playing into some of the cards like one of our favorites. Where is our lovely Khajiit? Where is she? Thieves, Guild Shadowfoot, and a lot of the other 7-cost cards, and into our good guy over there that keeps supports around. Tower Alchemist. I'm gonna try to steal people's stuff. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna steal people's stuff, and then we're gonna take care of people's stuff using stuff like Spirit Knife and transform creatures into some big hulking stuff, hopefully using this right here. So hopefully you guys will see that soon, and I am going to also do my series of upgrading older decks, not specifically the ones you see right here, but decks that you guys have really liked in the past. I've had like 2,000 to 10,000 to 20,000 views on the channel, starter decks that were good in the past. See if we can't upgrade them to modern time using some of these new Alliance deck, and how can we keep these decks competitive. Of course, before I jump into that, I need to actually experience a lot of these newer cards, like obviously like Soul Shred. I might be using them completely incorrect because I just did not follow every news before the expansion came out. So see you guys very soon with more Legends.